I want to talk to you about bathroom waste. Not that kind of bathroom waste, but these kinds. We need to significantly reduce the amount of plastics going into recycling, as even recycled plastic has a significant carbon footprint. And an easy way to start is to use cakes of soap rather than bottled liquids. Beauty companies have been cleverly charging us more for literally a watered down product by feeding us a myth that cakes of soap harbour bacteria which is passed on to us. Now, tests have found this to be untrue. In fact, you should be more worried about the germs on the top of the pumps of the bottles. Plus, there's so many lovely ethical soaps out there that allow you to save on plastic and on money. A lot of people ask me about using solid bars for shampoos and conditioners, as it's a great next step in your journey to reducing waste. 80 billion plastic shampoo and conditioner bottles are disposed of around the world every year. 80 billion. And only 9% of all plastic is recycled. Just because you pop your empty bottles into the recycling bin doesn't necessarily mean that it won't end up in landfill or the ocean or even burned off overseas, creating dangerous gases. Even the wind blowing things out of bins, recycling trucks and stations has a lot to answer for. Using a soap-like cake to wash your hair isn't a new thing. It was the 1930s when the beauty industry started fooling us into purchasing hair care products in bottles that are currently 75 to 95% filled with water. They also usually contain chemicals that once they go down the drain, they don't break down and instead pollute our ecosystem. Most beauty bars are ethically made with natural ingredients, and one bar, generally speaking, would do the job of about 3 to 5 bottles. So they last a lot longer than you would think. But wait, there's more. We can even be using these beauty bars as skincare products, such as cleansers and moisturizers. But how well do all these cakes work, I hear you ask? Well, as a quick demo, I'm going to use a genius product from Etique, which is spelled E-T-H-I-Q-U-E. It's a New Zealand company. Yes, I am pronouncing it right, I checked. And they pioneered the movement back to cakes. They don't sponsor this or anything, but they're just one of the many companies that are providing awesome products like this. This is called Tip to Toe, and it works in 3 ways because it's a body wash, a shampoo and a shaving balm. Simply rub it onto wet hair and rinse off as normal. So you can see it foams up a fair bit, but don't expect it to foam up as much as your bottled products, as that's the sodium lauryl sulfate in it. That's in a lot of bathroom products, and it's a known irritant, some would argue a possible carcinogen, and you just don't need it, whether it be for your skin, your hair, or for shaving. You can totally shave with that amount of lather. Speaking of shaving, please, dear God, don't be using disposable razors. Those single-use ones should be banned. You can get an old school one like this one from Dirty Hippie, which has no plastic on it, and you can actually bring the blades to a scrap metal yard where it can be recycled. Or if you own one like this, you can make the blades last a lot longer by wiping it dry with a piece of denim. And that will save you on waste and also on cost. These things are so expensive. As for skincare, here's a cleanser in action. And here's a moisturizer. In wintertime, they sometimes need a bit of warming up in your fingers first, but in summertime they're much softer. Just use them sparingly because they're not watered down like their alternatives in containers. I find all of these cakes much easier to travel with, saving space and avoiding leaks. But if you really want liquid soaps, check out your local refillery or bulk food store where you can reuse and refill your bottles. This is a great place to do some package-free shopping because you can bring in your own containers. They will weigh them while empty and then subtract that from the filled container weight to calculate the true price of your purchase. I even get my toilet cleaner from there. I've got these ketchup bottles that are perfect for squirting under the rim. I'm not going to demo that because it's pretty straightforward. But while we're talking about toilets, can we just take a moment to make sure that everyone's using the right flush buttons? Don't underestimate how much precious water we can be saving if we save the full flush button for the big jobs. And make sure your kids understand as well that the half flush button is for the number ones. I'm going to stop talking about toilets now. I could go on about other bathroom waste reduction tips, but I think that's enough for now. So you'll just have to wait for some future videos. I do cover toothpaste alternatives in another clip, so check that out. Subscribe to my channel to learn easy tips on how to help maintain a livable planet. I will leave you with one last tip though, and that is to wash your hair less. You probably already know about how we can train our hair into needing to be washed less often. For most people, your body will release oils into your scalp according to how often your hair is washed. I can go about a week before my hair looks greasy. So with me washing my hair only every 6 to 7 days, rather than every day, I'm saving on product. I'm not trying to convert you all into smelly hippies. I'm just trying to save you money and save the planet at the same time. Peace.